Shabbat Shalom. You're supposed to say back, Shabbat Shalom. Ready? Here we go. Shabbat Shalom. You guys could do better. Ready? One more time. Shabbat Shalom. Wonderful. Welcome here to Congregation Shir Shalom. Some of you were here. How many of you were here for Sarah's bat mitzvah? That was in the parking lot. I was very grateful coming here today that it was not the same day because you noticed the rain and the puddles. When we were outside, we had to deal with the elements. Sarah remembers how during our rehearsal, a UPS truck actually came by. We don't have to deal with any of those kind of things here. We're nice and comfortable, and how grateful we are. As we come together to start our service, if you want to move in, you can. We have plenty of spaces here. There's spaces even in the front. Don't be shy and bashful. Come on in. Be closer. It's always nice to be connected. Ben's mostly going to be standing over here and there, but the closer you are, the better you see also. Okay, suit yourself. Couple of words before we get started. First of all, this is our prayer book, our Siddur, we call it, Mishkan Tefillah. The prayer book, if you're not familiar, does open from the other end. So it's not the English side, but the Hebrew side goes right to left. So if you think, gosh, why am I opening the book and it's the other end of the book? You need to go to the other side. We will be announcing all the pages. And also, anytime there is Hebrew in the prayer service, there will be transliteration. Transliteration is the English letters, so feel free to follow along or just, watch Ben. That's okay as well. We will be doing a number of important things during the service. Ben will be leading the majority of it and reading from the Torah, but we will direct you throughout. We try to make this as Hamish as possible. A couple other words. First of all, we do have a streaming video camera that's in the back here. You don't need to worry about it, but it's we welcome anyone on Ben's family that is joining us from afar. That's very special for us to be able to do that here. Also, key thing is the bathrooms are right outside to the right. There's a family room, men's and women's rooms. So feel free anytime, and if you need to leave, that's okay at any time for any moment. But we are very blessed to be here. I think I've known Ben since he was a baby, maybe since the very first moment, so it's very special. And it's very particularly special, Cantor and I were talking about before service, this is the very first time since 2020 that we've shifted the bima to be this way, our podium to look this way. So it's a little bit like coming back, which is wonderful. Okay. So we're going to turn at the beginning to page 288. Ben is going to lead for us at the beginning the English prayer and then sing the prayer at the bottom, Modeh Ani. Nice and slow.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth I have found and the good deeds I have done, so may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbors as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehezarta b'nishmati behemla rabba emunatecha Rabba emunatecha.
How blessed we are. What the words he just sang are the words you say when you first wake up in the morning and we open our eyes and we say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here and to be alive. We are going to invite up Ian, father, and Sarah, sister, to present the talit. The talit is a sign of Jewish adulthood. And oh boy, you have basically the same talis I have here. We probably got it at the same place. Not the one here, but the one I have at home. This is a special memento. A talis, a fringe garment, is one of our oldest traditions. Actually, Ben will be singing about it when he sings the Shema. It has fringes on the side. Those are reminders to keep track of the sides of our life, the corners of our life. By getting this and receiving this today, this is a sign that he is a full Jewish adult, a full Jewish participant in our services. I'm going to pass this over to you. The prayer is on page 289, page 289. If anyone does need a talit in our service, there are right outside of our door. Okay, so yeah, put it over him, and then Ben will do the prayer. Oh. We can go. That's a sign it is brand new. If you'd like to recite the prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher gidishanu b'mitzotav v'tivanu lahitatev b'tzitzit.
And blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us through commandments and commands us to wear our fringe garment. Because this is the very first time he's doing this in his life, we're going to turn to page 648 for the prayer for new things, the Shekianu prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'hegianu lazman hazeh.
Love it. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who brings us life, allows us to arrive here and be present here today. Ben, I want you to feel the weight of the talis there. That's a tradition that's passed down to you from generations to generation that you now join in. How wonderful. And anytime you come to our services, now you can be the beholder of that beautiful talis. We are going to invite everyone to rise as our call of community and family, page 313. And only those who are able to rise, it's okay if you need to sit down. Page 313, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue with the words of the Shema on page 318.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. Ben will continue on the next page with the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech u'shuchbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hadyu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tiskaru va'atzitam et kol mitzotai v'yedechem kedoshim le'eloheihem ani Adonai Eloheihem asher hotzeiti etchem meretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We invite Ben back to his seat on the bima, and I'm going to invite Cantor to lead us in the Mi Chamocha, page 322, 322.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neda b'kodesh, nora deilot osef hele, nora deilot osef hele. Shira chadasha shebechu gibulim, shimcha tzvot yachar kulam, hodu v'himchu v'amaru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Zu Yisrael, kama b'Yisrat Yisrael, uv'tekenu mecha, Yehuda v'Yisrael, golenu Adonai tzvot shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Kol Yisrael.
We rise on page 323 for our silent Amida, our silent standing prayer. It'll go through page 337. Take an opportunity now for your prayers in the Hebrew, the English, or just the prayers of your heart, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated.
Say shalom bivruma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'akol Yisrael, yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael.
At this point, we're going to invite Ben actually to the front of the bima here, if you could go stand there. And we're going to have his family join, all the way down, Ben, all the way at the bottom of it. First, we're going to have, of course, Melanie and Ian and Sarah, as well as his grandparents, Paul and Lily and Elliot and Carol, if you could join him. And we're going to make a line going this direction. I'm going to invite Ian actually up here with me to carry the Torah. And we need as well Jeff Maybach and Amy Maybach to come up to the bima. let us turn to page 366. Yeah, he's going to carry the Torah. Oh, Sarah's going to. We're going to have Sarah do it. That's good. All right, if you could join us, Jeff and Amy, up here on the bima. And as they open the ark, we're going to rise. Okay. The Torah that Ian holds today has been passed down from generation to generation, ledor vador, throughout Ian and Melanie and their entire mishpacha, their entire family, all the way now to Ben today. We're going to symbolically move that Torah all the way to Ben through his grandparents to his parents as we pass it, physically pass it to them, and then actually hand it to Ben. And as they do that, Cantor is going to sing Ledor Vador from generation to generation.
Lidor vador, lidor vador, lidor vador nagir godel lecha, lidor vador, lidor vador, lidor vador nagir godel lecha. ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נקדיש. לשבחך אלוהינו בפינו יבוש, לעולם לעולם האל. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיר גודל לך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור.
Yeah, put that back. No, we need that for that. Yeah. And Ben is going to lead us in the Shema, page 366. It's responsibly.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlul Adonai iti unevermama Shemo Yakdav.
Ben is going to come around now with the Torah. If you want to take your prayer book, your prayer shawl, or just your hand, if you want to touch the Torah and kiss it, that is a symbolic way of honoring the Torah as he comes through.
כי כל השמיים ובארץ לך אדוני המלאכה ויביא נעשה לכל ראש על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה על העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב ילמדו עוד מלחמה, ויסקו אל גוי חרב, וילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יסקו אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה, לא יסקו אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה, ויסקו אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה, ויסקו אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו.
We need Michael Willen and Sharon Willen up here to help undress the Torah. Sorry.
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לכל קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לכל קודשו.
We're going to be turning now to our Torah reading. And Ben is reading from Tazria Mitzorah. We can find that there are books in some, not in the front row, there are books in some of the other rows underneath. It's not in your prayer book. It's in what's called a Pentateuch or a Chumash. And if you reach underneath the seats, some of them will have it. It'll be see whether you won the lottery or not. I'm not sure. Put that down here. We're going to call up Harvey Horowitz at this time. Harvey is serving as the gabbai. The gabbai is sort of the spotter, if you want to use like gymnastics terms. He's there to help Ben along as he reads the Torah. It is very complicated to read Torah. It takes much time and preparation. There's no vowels in the Torah, and it's also, of course, in a language that Ben doesn't know. So Harvey is going to be helping with that. We also present Ben with a new yad, and look at this gorgeous one that Joanne picked out. A yad is the pointer, so you don't touch the Torah directly. This is your gift from the religious school. And what page are we on, Harvey? On the
460.
So if you're in the other book, not the prayer book, it would be on page 460. So if you have the Pentateuch there, if not, just follow along is wonderful as well. We're going to be calling people up to the Torah to help to offer the prayers before and after the Torah. This is one of the most important things that happens in the Torah, in the bar mitzvah. It is a sign of adulthood that someone reads from the Torah, and that is what Ben is doing, and also blesses the Torah, as he will also do. For our first Aliyah, we're going to bring up grandparents Lily and Paul, and brother Adam. We do, for those of you, we do have the prayer up here.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el bnei Israel lemor. Isha ki tajriya v'yalda zachar v'tama'a shiva yamim ki me nidat devota titma uvayom hashemini yimol besar orlato.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tochinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Yasher kol.
You're almost as tall as your grandfather on this little ledge here.
Taller than me.
We're going to bring up for the second aliyah the proud parents and sister, Ya'amdu, Yitzchak Eliezer Menachana V'Sara La'aliyah HaSheni.
Touch and kiss. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Amen. Usheloshim yom, usheloshet yamim, teshev bidmei tahora, behol kodesh lo tiga, v'el chamikdash lo tavho, ad melot yemei tahora, v'im nekeva tele, v'tamea shevuayim, keni data, v'shishim yom, v'sheshet yamim, teshev al dmei tahora, uvim lo yemei tahora, levein o levat teviz, keves ben shenato, lola o ven yona, o tor lachta, el pechtach o hel moed, el hakohen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
All right, we have a very special tradition that we're going to do now. I'm going to invite everyone to rise. And we're going to call up Ben by his Hebrew name. This is the first time he's getting called up to the Torah to do the Aliyah. His Hebrew name, Benjamin Avraham Ben Yitzchak Eliezer V'Menachana. That's a name that was given to you when you were born, and now you get to use whenever you get called up to the Torah. We have a particular tradition, which is a wonderful part of our Shir Shalom traditions, which is that Mr. Harvey is going to be calling up Ben by his Hebrew name, and we're going to hold our fist up like this, and we're going to show strength And after he's done, we're going to say the Hebrew word chazak. So put your fist up. We need to practice. Okay, we're going to go chazak. One more time. Chazak. So it's on my cue.
Yamod, Yamod, Yamod. Habachor habar mitzvah, Benyamin Avraham, Ben Yitzchak Eliezer, Umina Chana, Maftir.
Chazak.
Just
Do it from your prayer book.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah. V'hikrivo lifnei Adonai v'chiper alecha v'tohora. Make more damecha zo Torah hayoledet lazachar o laneva ve'im lo timsa yada deseh v'halacha shetei torim o shenei b'nei Yonah echad lola v'helchad lechatat v'hiper alecha hakohen v'tahera v'yadaber Adonai el Moshe v'el Ha'aron le'mor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torat emet v'yechei olam nata v'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yishaber Kavatein Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Yimatena Sarah Karachel Leah. May the Holy One have blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Ben and his mishpacha for coming up to read Torah for the first time and to say the blessings before the Torah and to be here on a beautiful Shabbat morning. May they have much nachas in the family for his wonderful, not only wonderful job today, but a wonderful job of being a human being. May they continue to have many opportunities to celebrate together in the near and the far future, and of course have health and happiness in the family and extended community. And we say, Amen. At this point, I'd like to call up his uncle Adam and Torah Dressel's Michael and Sharon Will, and we're going to remain standing. You guys can sit down. Just come your head. Okay, so if you want to, you could take it over the left. You ready? You're the left hand, so push down. V'zot
Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael ki Adonai b'yad Moshe. Torah, Torah,
Torah, Torah, Torah, Torah,
Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, Torah.
You may be seated. At this point, Ben is going to recite the Haftarah. That's the supplemental additional reading. What page are we on?
947,
Page-
verse 23.
947, verse 23 in that other Pentateuch book, not in your prayer book.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'vim tovim v'ratza v'dibrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai chabocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'invieh ha'emet v'sedek. They shall declare my glory among these nations and out of all of the nations, said the Lord. They shall bring all of your brothers on horses and chariots and drays, on mules and dromedaries to Jerusalem, my holy mountain, as an offering to the Lord, just as the Israelites bring an offering in a pure vessel to the house of the Lord. And from them likewise I will take some to be Levitical priests, said the Lord. For as the new heaven and the new earth which I shall make shall endure by my will, declares the Lord, so shall your seed and your name endure, and the new moon after new moon, and Sabbath after Sabbath, all flesh shall come to worship me, said the Lord. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sor kol haolamim, Sadiq bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer va'oseh, hamdaber unkayim, shekol devorah, emet v'sedek, al haTorah, v'al havodah, v'al hanavim, v'al yom ha'shabbat ha'seh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha limnucha, lechavod ultifaret, al chakol, Adonai Eloheinu, anaknu modim lach, unevarachim otach, yitbarach shimcha befi, cho chai tamed le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Are you? You're hearing all that crinkling. That the candy that's being passed off by my sons Boaz and Noam is not to be eaten. That is, this is a special tradition. Those of the people laughing, they know exactly what's happening. So, Ben, first of all, we're going to have you move up a little bit in front of the microphone and everything. Okay, so what it is that when you start Torah study, you do so with a little sweetness, and the bar mitzvah represents the conclusion of that, the learning of the religious school and of the celebration. So we pass over a little sweetness with it in the form of a soft candy. And now Noam here is doing the, I'm ready to wind up on you. The goal is to softly toss. We shower, a light shower of sweetness in Ben's direction. Ben has a couple of rules. He's not allowed to leave the bima. He's allowed to duck, but not completely turn around. And he's not allowed to throw it back at you. But some of the people here might be having celebrations in the future, and they should be very careful. Because Ben is quite strong here, so do not tempt him later on in the future. Okay, we're gonna the queue is gonna end. Okay, good. Mr. Horowitz went down. So there are some precious things like the Torah and Cantor and I up here. So just be very careful. One did nail me on occasion, so we'll see what happens. Afterwards, we are going to need all the young people to come back up, and we'll need the baskets to help to clean up. Okay, so on Cantor is the cue. She's going to sing Simon Tov Mazel Tov, and that'll be the cue to start the shower, the light shower. Drizzle, drizzle.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
We need all the young people to come up and help with the cleanup.
And the candies will be waiting outside for everyone as you exit the sanctuary at the end of the service.
We always say this is the fastest cleanup. Holding the brooms could be it.
And we rush the service just to get to the candy.
Thank you. You did a wonderful job. Believe it or not, for adults.
Put them in the basket.
Thank you for doing that. Wonderful job. Split it up. Oh, just want to help you, Chantal?
Hey, could you put it out on one of those tables outside, that'd be wooden tables? Thank you.
All right, we're going to be inviting back up our Torah our Ark openers, Jeff and Amy Maybach, if you could join us back on the bema. And they're going to open the Ark. As they do, we're going to turn to page 374. If you have one of those Pentateuchs, the Chumash, you can put it underneath the seat. We're only going to need the prayer book at this point. So as they open the Ark, Ben is going to lead us in It's a Tree of Life.
It is a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It's a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It's a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
You may be seated. At this point, we're going to be hearing from Ben his speech, and he's going to address what he just read in the Torah portion. Nice and slow.
Shabbat Shalom. My Torah portions are Tazria and Mitzvah. I have a double portion because there are 54 Torah portions and not enough weeks to read all of them. We are in the book Leviticus, which is about priestly duties. A priest in biblical times would be in charge of the traveling synagogue, the tabernacle, and the sacrifices and medical care that happen there. The section I read was the beginning of Tazria and is about what a woman should do after childbirth. When a boy was born, the mother would have to quarantine for 30 days, and when a girl was born, she would have to quarantine for 14 days. If you notice, the mother would have to quarantine for a shorter period of time when having a girl, indicating that the boys were more important in society and girls were less important. In our society today, it's a little more equal. We treat boys and girls more or less the same. This is true in almost every area except sports, where we separate the men and women. The inequality This inequality also shows that only recently have the U.S. men's and women's soccer teams received the same pay. It is also proven that men get paid more for the same job than women. Now we have started to pass new laws to make things more equal. One of these laws is called Title IX. It is a law that states schools must spend about the same amount of money on both boys and girls sports programs and have the same amount of sports programs. My opinion on all of this is that women and men should have the same pay. I also think that women and men can be co-ed in some sports like baseball, but in other more physical sports like soccer and hockey, it would be harder to mix because of physical difference. Now that I'm 13, I am of age that I can start to make a difference in these matters. Now that I wrap up my speech, I would like to thank the cantor and the rabbi and Harvey for helping me learn everything for my bar mitzvah. I would like to thank my parents for forcing me to practice Hebrew. Next, I would like to thank my grandparents for the encouragement and help all along the way. Last but not least, I would like to thank everyone from out of town and all my friends and family for coming.
We have a wonderful tradition within the Leberman family of Ben's grandmother, Lily, is going to have a chance to address him and offer the blessing from the family.
Hello, and on behalf of Ben's family, I want to also offer a warm welcome to everyone, all of our family and friends that are here today, and those watching on live stream from Israel and California and Florida and locally. Thank you so much for sharing and joining us and sharing in our abundant joy today. And a hearty thank you also to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, and Harvey Horowitz, teacher extraordinaire, for preparing Ben for this day. Ben, it's been our privilege for all of us to watch you grow up into the compassionate, caring, and loving person that you are. You bring happiness and joy to us all with your sense of humor and your wonderful personality. And to celebrate you becoming a bar mitzvah today indoors, well, that's a pleasure too. We loved watching your sister Sarah become a bat mitzvah 2 years ago outside during COVID with masks. She excelled in all aspects and the weather held out beautifully and it was fine, but this is nice indoors. That rain this morning kind of was scary, just in case we would have had to come indoors then. That was scary. Ben, you're a link to the many generations that came before you. Your great-grandma, Mimi, who loved you so much, we can feel her presence here today, along with the presence of your great-grandparents who never had the privilege of watching you grow up. Right here in the sanctuary on the wall are the memorial names of my sister, your great-aunt Sharon, and my brother, your great-uncle Jacob, and on the broken star to the right are the names of your great-grandparents, along with their families who all tragically perished in the Holocaust. My parents, Abe and Mina, your great-grandparents, who managed to survive through their courage and their strength of will, their grit and determination. You have that in your DNA as well. We find in all the sacred memories of the generations that came before you strong roots and the will to stand against injustice and discrimination. And we know that you'll continue with this important message throughout your life. May you always be a blessing in this world and always be blessed. Mazel tov, Ben. We love you so much. Thank you.
At this point, we have some gifts to offer. And, well, I didn't exactly specify. Sherry Jo, would you like to come off and offer the gifts from the synagogue and the women of Shir Shalom and the men's group as well? Yeah, let's present that.
Mazel tov. So I was just saying to Joanne standing out there that I was on parent council for a number of years. My girls are now 22 and 19. But I remember sitting around on Sunday mornings talking, kvetching, quelling as well. You did a wonderful job. And you've got wonderful supportive friends and family here. So this is on behalf of the women of Shir Shalom, the men's group, and the board of trustees, of which I am the secretary. And this is a Kiddush cup for use in your home, for you and your family.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Okay, so we have a couple of other things that we're going to offer. First, I think we'll leave it wrapped, because if we try to open these things, they're already always harder than they look. So we have the yad that we received from the religious school, and we have the Kiddush cup that you received from the Women of Shir Shalom, the men's group, and the board of directors. And we also have a certificate to commemorate this occasion. Cantor and I have already signed. If you're ready, this is going to be your signature for this day. Before you do, come over here. I want you to read this.
In becoming a bar mitzvah, I affirm my place among the Jewish people. I am a Jew because 100 generations before me found purpose in their faith. I am a Jew because Judaism treasures love and kindness. I am a Jew because Judaism demands justice, compassion, and truth.
Are you ready to sign it?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel comfortable? Sure. Right over there. Yeah. I always say this is their nicest signature they ever have, because it's all downhill, at least my signature. Wonderful. True. That's exactly what I would expect. Okay. We also have here a certificate to go to Israel from Nifty, $250 certificate, if you so choose. I should also remind you there is a birthright, or taglit. As soon as you turn 18 till 32, you do get a trip, and you can even go with Sarah or other contingents during that time. They're not sure. Here, come over here, Ben. So, Ben, it's been such an honor and a privilege to watch you grow, literally grow. You had your growth spurt maybe 2 years ago, and you shot up, and suddenly we were seeing almost eye to eye there. It's been really wonderful to watch you mature from being, a toddler, growing up, all the way to today. You've come a long way already in your short life. There's so much you've learned and grown, but I think what's consistent the whole time is your goodness. You have a sense of who you are. You are always kind to your classmates, kind in your family, and giving. I think that is integral to who you are. No matter who you go on to become, you have the sense of character. That's a character that was given to you through your DNA and your wonderful family, but also through all the lessons that you learned through your parents, through your school, through your sister even, and extended family. All those lessons I know that you take to heart. It's a hard thing growing up. I think all of us here that have gone through it can attest. It's hard being in middle school, it's hard being in high school, it's hard going forth into the world. And there's a lot that's unknown. You're going to have to go out into that to figure out, like we all do. But you should know that you have such a strong base. You've seen and I've gotten to witness personally through soccer, your growth, to be able to go learning the sport to excelling at the sport and becoming a leader in your team. And that's a very important role. I think through sports we learn how to lead and how to really work together as a team, not just to have fun and to play out there, but to really do the things that you need to do when you become an adult. And you are very well prepared for it. As you go forward on that journey, wherever it takes you, you have a long time to decide about your future. But I want you to know that you have a very incredible support network around you. We're going to bring that support network around you physically so you can really feel it in just a minute. But that is not just your family, your extended family, your friends, your school, the entire Buffalo, Western New York area, all those people that are rooting for you, who need you. We need our young people to one day take the lead and to try to figure it out on their own. Because believe it or not, all of the people you see out here that are adults, eventually we're going to have to pass the torch to you. And we're proud to do so because we believe in you. As you go forward, you're going to make mistakes. There's going to be times where maybe it was a bad day. Whatever happens, call on your network. Do not be afraid to call on them. There is no problem, I always say, that we can't solve. No matter how serious or how bad things get, we'll figure it out together. So on good times, pick up the phone, whatever it is. It might be not be a cell phone anymore. But pick up whatever device it is, text, call. Make sure that you stay in touch because that's the team that's going to enable you to grow and to do what you need to do in this world to make this world better. So I'm going to invite you down in front of our bima here, and I want all of his extended family, his parents, sibling, grandparents, uncles, and aunts to come around. I want you to surround him and put your hands on him. There's a tradition of laying hands, especially with the priestly blessing. I'm going to invite Cantor Frank up, and we're together. What we're going to do is we're going to recite this most ancient blessing, and we're going to show Ben through physically the amazing support he has around him, not just today, but in the future as well. All right, look at that, Ben.
I
Feel
think
it.
if some of you can touch the people that are touching,
Yeah, you
then
might.
we've made a network, a true network.
Okay, we're going to do like Spock here. May God bless you and watch over you. May God shine God's light upon you and grant you comfort. May God lift God's face to you and grant you and our whole world peace. And we say, Amen. All right, we'll invite everyone back to your seats. I need our Torah, our Ark openers, Jeff and Amy, once more. And we're going to turn in our prayer books to, before we do that, we have a special blessing as well. So you can stand up here. We have a blessing from your family. Anita Cohen. Anita Cohen. Yeah, Anita, if you could come up. She's going to read for us a blessing to Ben on page 381.
Sorry.
You're good.
No, there it is. Thank you.
And if you want to, you can stand next to him up there.
I never did this before, so I'm going to stand up. This is for Ben. May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. And may you trust in generations past and yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition and your words be rich in understanding. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue and your vision clarify a straight path before you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. May your lips ever speak wisdom and your fulfillment be in righteousness, even as you ever yearn to hear the words of the Ancient One of Holiness. Love you. Thank you.
All right, now we invite you to rise as we open the Ark for one final time, page 586.
עלינו לשבח ולהודות ולתקנו לנו יוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו We're going to close the curtains, and we're also going to close the sign. So don't pinch yourself in the middle. Just hold it from, be careful, hold your hand there in the middle. You may be seated. Well done. 3 times. We're going to turn to the Mourner's Kaddish now, page 598. From Ben's family. We are remembering Solomon and Ida Leberman, Jack and Marcia Myers, Joseph and Frances Bink, Abraham and Minna Winiger, Sharon Winiger, Jacob Winiger, Lynn Stein, and Joe Myers. If there's other names you'd like to mention, just raise your hand. All those whose custom it is to rise, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach urtei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almaya, yitbarak v'yishavak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudusha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvachata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, and let us say amen. You may be seated. Zikronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. So Mazel Tov to Ben and to his whole mishpacha. We're so proud and honored to host this very important life cycle event here at Congregation Shir Shalom, where he joins with, I think, Melanie, you and Adam, were you bar mitzvah here? Yeah, so we have several generations to do it, and how wonderful to finally inaugurate our old sanctuary back to the way it was. How fitting with Ben's bar mitzvah. I think that there is something after the service. Are there announcements that we should do? Go afterwards. We'll when we finish, there's still a final prayer. There's a luncheon afterwards in our social hall, and we'll give instructions. But we're so overjoyed to be able to host this today. We are going to bring Ben up for Adon Olam on page 625. Cantor Frank and Ben are going to help lead 625. It's a call and response version, so as Ben does the call, you should respond.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'hefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
ויחרק כקלוץ הכל לבד Elohim Luknara Adon Olam, V'hu Haya, V'hu Ofer, V'hu Yeh B'tifara Adon Olam.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'hefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni, L'cham Shilu L'chachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, V'la'oz V'ha'misra Adon Olam.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'hefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
V'hu Eli V'chai Goli, V'tzor Kavli, sing along, V'ein Olam, V'hu Nisi U'anosli, Menak Nosi B'yom Bekra Adon Olam.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Yitzir Asher Melach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'hefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
V'yato Hafkid V'ruchi, V'yet Tisha V'ha'ira Adon Olam, V'yim Ruchi Geviati, Adon Ali V'lo Ira Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa.
V'hefsa Kol,
Everyone together.
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
We're going to invite up Melanie and Ian and Sarah for our final blessings. We have Kiddush and Hamotzi, so come on up. And one of you, why don't you lift up the Kiddush cup there? We won't force you to drink then if you don't want to. All right, it's the same wine, so why don't you do the B'rei Prayer Gafen? B'rei Prayer Gafen. L'chaim. Last night I said it's the bar mitzvah test, and he passed it because he made the. Now, if you want to lift up the challah cover there, and lift up the challah, and let's do the blessing. Motzi lechem min haaretz, amen. B'tei avon. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your Siddurim, your prayer books, to the front of the sanctuary minus the leaflet. Shabbat shalom and mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Terrific job.
Thank you very much.
We can use that as the...